Well, a very warm welcome to the April edition of our Market Wrap. Let's give you a bit of an insight into what took place throughout the month. Now, it was a very busy month for us. Obviously, it was chopped up with long weekends, Easter, Anzac days, but irrespective, the market was able to have a little bit of reprieve from a rise in interest rates. The first little bit of reprieve we've had in almost 11 months. However, as you do know, I do these videos at the start of the following month, and that reprieve was very, very short-lived as the RBA did raise interest rates 0.25% to 3.85% for the cash rate. Now, we did see a lot of buyer confidence return back to the market throughout the month of April. People did see that little short-term reprieve in rate rises as a sign to build confidence in what they were buying and how they were bidding at our auctions. And we saw a number of our auctions sell very, very competitively at auction with a number of bidders. Now, during the month of April, we did actually list 367 properties across our network, with 340 of those selling in the month of April. We had over 1.2 million property views across all of the major websites, including our socials, and actually had in excess of 17,000 buyer inquiries across our network. Those numbers are pretty impressive, and we have seen a little bit of an influx of stock coming onto the market to try and get in post Anzac Day, Easter, long weekends and whatnot chopped up in April. Now, we do find that May is often a very, very busy month. A lot of people do want to get in post the long weekends, but obviously get in prior to the colder months being June, July and August, the depths of winter, where, as we know, traditionally year on year, most of our buyers, sellers, and of course us as agents head away throughout those winter months. Now, for those of you that are looking to potentially sell in the coming months, I do want to give you a bit of an insight as to things that are topical and what's going on at the moment that are affecting pricing. Stock levels are still much lower than what they have been year on year, but we are noticing that a lot of people are starting to sell their investment properties. As I mentioned last month, $78 billion of fixed term mortgages are all of a sudden going to be coming off in the next 6 months and going to variable. I spoke to a client the other day whose interest rate was paying 1.64%, has just jumped up to 6.24%, almost a 5% increase in what he is paying month on month. Now, he's actually going to offload an investment property. A number of my other clients are also going to offload investment properties, and that is something that I think will be affecting the market come springtime. People are going to start feeling the pinch as these rate rises start to implement what you are paying back every single month. However, we did have some fantastic sales. Let's give you a bit of a snapshot as to what the top 5 sales were. Number 1, 281 New Street in Brighton, a near new townhouse, zoned over 3 sprawling levels, and that was a 4-bed, 5-bath townhouse that sold for $3.2 million. Next was number 12, Collins Street in Brighton, a 3-bed, 3-bath, single townhouse that redefined contemporary living with architectural ease, and that property sold for $2.7 million. Next was a very competitive auction. We actually brought that auction forward at number 8, Walsh Street in Ormond. That property was very, very popular in the first 10 days of it hitting the market, and that property sold with very, very competitive bidding for $1.95 million. Next was an apartment, 14 at 32 Outer Crescent in Brighton, a 3-bed, 2-bath, penthouse style apartment with panorama views across the treetops, and that property sold for $1.9 million. And last but certainly not least was a site that I sold myself off market, and that was a 667 square metre block at number 4 Lewis Street in McKinnon, and that property sold off market to a developer for $1.875. Now, this will be the last market wrap for a little while. I, as well as most of you, vendors and buyers alike, are heading overseas in the depths of Melbourne winter. So I will see you in a couple of months. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't hesitate to reach out. The phone is still on, the emails are still open, and we are still transacting. So if you are planning on doing something in 2023, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.